All right, this is, of course, the Tumblrpon panel, and your host will be TJ, also known as Pirate Dash.
So welcome to the Tumblr meetup, Tumblrpon and You, a how-to guide for running a My Little Pony Ask blog. As Zeta said, my name's TJ. I am the moderator of Ask Pirate Dash. Before we begin, I wanted to introduce my fine panelists up here, starting on my right.
I'm Amanda, and I run that Spitfire blog.
I'm Rye, and I do Ask MLC Blobs.
I'm Aaron, and I run Fisherpond.
I'm Will Draw for Food, and I run Ask Surprise. No, I'm just kidding.
I hate your blog. Ducks.
What do you think, Will?
Really?
I'm Ahmed.
You were Will.
All right. I'm Ahmed, and I run Raindrops Answers.
Hi, I'm Dream, and I do Ask Philly Twilight.
I'm UC77, and I do Ask Hot-Blooded Pinkie Pie.
Boo.
Hello everyone, I am the mod of Rocking Rulo. You may just call me Rue if you wish. I am the mod of Red Eyebrow Horse.
And we were also supposed to have Cal Payne from Equestria Daily join us on the panel today, but he had something come up, and we hope he's doing fine if he's watching this or so. So we miss him here, and hopefully everything turns out okay.
A moment of silence.
Rest in peace.
Kelvin, no! Wait, what?
Rest in peace.
Here we go.
Omega sad.
Oh!
Gross.
What?
What? Who
Sorry, right?
Okay, so I know Zeta asked this already, but how many of you are actually already on Tumblr and have an Ask blog? A lot.
Hi, Seven Nights. Hi.
And how?
Hi, Seven.
Hi, Seven Nights.
Hi, Seven Nights. Hi, Seven Nights. Hi.
And how many of you are here to learn about what Tumblrpon actually is and want to start an Ask blog of your own?
Zeph, put your hand down. Get your hand down, Zeph. Darius, dude, make a good one.
So basically what we want to try to do here today is tell you how Tumblr works, introduce the site a little bit, talk about some of the various types of different Ask blogs you can do, some tips to help make your Ask blog better, and just basically how to have fun on the site. And this is a panel for people new to it and people already on Tumblr. You can learn a few tricks of the trade as well, and just make Tumblr a more fun experience for you. One of the first things I want to start off with, everyone came to Tumblr for different reasons, and I just want to ask everybody on the panel if they could briefly talk about what influenced them to join Tumblr. If you want to start, Amanda.
I've been on Tumblr for about 5 years, so I've been here since before Ponies was around, and I just kind of flip-flopped between different fandoms, and finally I rolled around into Ponies. So I was like, hey, I think these are pretty cute. I'm going to do it too.
I've been on Tumblr for about 3 years, the same with Amanda. I was on it before Ponies. I wasn't really active, though, until I got into the fandom, and I was actually just going to stay on DeviantArt, but once I found out that the Chubbies were getting really popular, someone asked me to do an Ask blog, and that's how I got on Tumblr. And I'm addicted to it, so.
I've been on Tumblr for around Michael, stuff to the mic. I've been around Tumblr for around 2 years or so. Actually, I think my Tumblrpon anniversary is pretty much right around now. Anyhow, I first saw about it on Equestria Daily when they posted a big list of draw blogs, and every day I'd open them all in tabs and update on them. Then I finally decided to just get a blog myself so I could follow them and it'd be a lot easier. And since then, it's just grown into what I am now.
I've been on Tumblr since the 17th of October, 2011. And that is when I finally decided, to start an Ask blog because of all the other Ask blogs I've seen people make and all the fan art they've been drawing. And I don't know what else to say. I've been there for that long, and it's not really that long. It's almost 2 years. And I haven't really done anything beforehand, maybe just a bit of fan art, but basically I picked up my art skills basically from Tumblr for the most part.
He's a success story. We'll talk about that later on as well.
I've been on Tumblr for 2 years too. My friend showed it to me, and I just went on and found Asblog and kind of started doing it because it looked fun. That's pretty much it.
No.
Don't lower yourself to Terry's level.
You
all right?
guys are clever, but not that good. Anyways, I've been on Tumblr for about 21 years in 1992. No, I've been on Tumblr since like 2012. Since like last year, basically. And I just made my blog because no one had done a giant robot explosion blog yet, and I felt there was a need in the fandom for one.
Well, I've been on Tumblr for I guess I'm actually one of the youngest people in this panel who's had a Tumblr, because I've had it for close to 2 years, but actually a little less. It's, because I actually joined in 2012, and I guess, are we talking about what inspired us to do the Tumblr?
Sure, why not?
Well, actually, it's all these people on this panel. I actually found their blogs, and they made it look so fun that I decided to, why not, give it a try. But at the time, I had no idea what to do. So, and then I just came up with the silly OC that you know. Well, red horse, that one.
Red and black OC.
My red and black alicorn OC.
So kawaii.
Fire Shadow 67.
Go over there.
Martian Tape comic.
Yeah, I joined Tumblr. Actually, I started off with my OC, Mike Boom, in September of 2011, and I joined because I wanted to find an outlet to keep drawing and keep practicing and try to improve myself. He wasn't going so well. Then that's when I started PD here, and the rest is history. So
Kaboom.
I guess we haven't really explained what Tumblr is yet for those that may not be aware of it. Tumblr is a microblogging site where you sign up with an account and you can post text, pictures, videos, audio, chat, anything like that. And you can make an Ask blog out of any of those kind of formats. Text, you can role play. There's a bunch of role play blogs out there that are just strictly role play, or they take questions and they can role play as the character they are portraying. The most popular type of Ask blog is the draw blog, where people send in questions and you draw picture responses with your characters in a variety of ways. They can be humorous, serious, dark, or just plain crazy. Some people also go different routes. There's a few audio blogs out there where they will voice act and portray the characters that they want to portray in a voice and have voices answering the questions there. So,
And you can also have combinations of those types that TJ just talked about. Like I think there's a couple ones where it's an audio, but it's also a picture. It's sort of like the title card of the audio.
and you're not really limited to just one format as well. Some will post audio answers from time to time. Some draw blogs will just answer in text when they just want to get a quick answer out, and vice versa as well. Some text blogs will sometimes post a picture with their answers to help visualize what the audience is trying to see there. Pretty much. So let's start off with talking about some of the art-based Ask blogs as well. There's many types of different art-based ones that you can do. The most common one is the digital one, where you have a tablet and you just draw it into the computer and you make your pics that way.
Using Photoshop or Psy or Alpaca. Or
Some of the most popular programs are Psy, Photoshop, and such. If you search hard enough, they might be free. Wink, wink. There's But you shouldn't be limited to just one type. You can have a really good traditional art blog as well. One of the most popular traditional art blogs that I can think of off the top of my head is Lying Applejack, if you're familiar with that blog.
Jumped out Pinky.
Yeah, that's another way you can do answers too. Jumped out Pinky is another great one where the mod will draw a pinky out on a piece of paper, cut the pinky out, and put it into real life situations and take photos of it. So you're not limited to just a scan of a pic or a drawing of a pic on a tablet. You can get creative and find different mediums to put your pictures in and such.
There was a blog a while ago called Skittle Dash that the responses were Rainbow Dash, but it was entirely made out of Skittles.
Anything's possible in the world of Tumblr. Any other examples you guys can think of?
There are people who also like to do animations for their blog, and I really like those a lot. Like, I know a lot of people who draw are also animators, and whenever there's animation updates, I'm like, yes, this is the best.
One of the most prominent examples of the animated answers nowadays is Frigid Drift, and he's right there in the audience.
And also, it's not really a draw blog, but Life Loser as well. He's been making some really good GIFs that have been flying around Tumblr.
Oh, yeah.
So you shouldn't be limited to just scanning and drawing pics. You can animate everything as well. So we talk about text-based blogs now.
No, we shouldn't.
The voice of God.
Text-based blogs are usually just role-play blogs. It's kind of pretty simple to explain. Someone will send you in a question, and you answer the question in the character that you're portraying. You don't really need to be experienced to do any of these type of blogs. We pointed it out in the text-based one, but you don't need experience to start one. Running a blog can be a great way to help develop your writing talents and your artistic talents as well. Some of the most prominent examples that I've seen of improvement is Amanda right there.
Yeah, my sketches looked like dirt in the beginning of my blog, so, and now I went to like full like digital paintings and everything, but I was just drawing little itty bitty like terrible little sketches in the beginning, and then I just kept working on it, and I got to where I am now, so.
It's pretty common for some of like the really famous and good draw blogs nowadays that if you go way, way back, they're not quite so good.
And Ahmed's pointed it out himself earlier as well of his improvements.
My improvements?
You said it at the start.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, when I started out, I basically drew like dirt as well, just like how Amanda says, but I used Tumblr as an excuse to keep myself drawing and practicing, and over time, I was able to improve, and that's all there is to it. Just keep practicing and all that. Is that it?
And that's a good thing about Tumblr. Like, all of us have been there where we've thought, my drawings aren't that great, or my writing's not that great as well. The only way to get better in those is to just keep practicing and to keep doing it, and Tumblr can be a great way to do it. You can crank out a quick sketch for an answer, or it helps you improve because it helps you. You have to keep doing it to maintain your blog, so you will eventually get better over time. So.
Yeah, I know it's really discouraging for a lot of people who aren't that into art at first. Like, my blog didn't actually even start as an art blog. It was actually a roleplay blog, and I just started drawing for fun. And but there are people who have been doing digital art for years. Like, I know UC was already really talented when he started his blog. So, I mean, not everybody's gonna pull out these like 10-panel comics with all this action and all. It's not gonna happen the first try unless you're UC 77. So don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged, because you can work to that and you can get on his level.
On the level. Should I say something now? Or?
Yeah. You're on here, so.
What were we actually discussing? I kind of toned out for a little bit. I haven't.
We're talking about DeviantArt.
No, we're not talking DeviantArt. Get that site out of my life.
Just deactivate your account.
No. That's how I get commissions.
You don't even do commission.
No, I don't do them, but I get them. I just say no all the time. Okay, well, sometimes if you're doing a Tumblr pony blog, you can choose to be really over the top with it. And like just go all out. I'm gonna do a 10-panel comic right now, and then make a sequel to it the next post. And it's actually a very bad idea. Don't do that very often. Because sometimes you'll start it and you won't want to finish it. Then it'll be 5 a.m. Then you'll be like, I'm gonna finish this today, and then it's gonna be 9 a.m. Then you're gonna go to sleep. Then you're gonna wake up. Then you're gonna wonder why you stayed up all night doing a blog about ponies. But in any of that's happened like a good 7 times, I think. But anyways. I do that because I feel like that. Sometimes I think I'm gonna cut corners on this post. I'm gonna make it not look that great, but then I think I can't do that because I have to make Hot Fudge Mickey Pie the best. I have to make it really nice looking, nice shades, nice backgrounds, and really nice explosions. Just if you need to do an explosion, if you have Psy, use the luminosity layer with brushes. Luminosity brush, blur over on the outside, and on Photoshop, just download Psy and do explosions on that. It works. It works better. Yeah, it is the superior art. Except it can't do shapes, it can't do text, and it also can't handle that much processing power. But anyways, want to talk about something, Willow?
No, I'm good. Don't worry.
Okay. You sure?
What the?
Willow's gonna like beat up whoever said that.
Oh, I'm gonna twerk that way
You're
so fast.
Oh my.
So that's what you can do with draw blogs, basically. Some of the other types of blogs you can also do the voice ones. We talked about that earlier, where you can answer questions as a character with some voice acting and such. And you don't have to be limited to those two. You can branch out into other creative ideas. You can also do a theme. One prominent example I can think of that is Rusty Nail. He's in the audience right there. If you don't know what Rusty Nail is an OC pony that runs a bar, and the hook to his blog is drink recipes for various Tumblr pony blogs.
Follow it.
The hot food.
So you don't have to be limited to anything. If you have a creative idea, go for it. Create that blog and just go ahead with it. So let's move on to picking what pony you actually want to do for your blog. Because it can be a difficult process just sitting there and thinking what you want to do and how you want to do it. Before I start, one of the things that you should know if you want to do a character is to know a lot about the subject at hand before you start the blog. I'll take myself for example. Shut up, Terry. Shut up, Terry. When I started Pirate Dash, I did not know much about pirate culture. So when I was getting questions like yar har fiddle dee dee, I was like, what is this? What does this mean? When I get questions about One Piece, what is this? So it helps if you know the subject that you want to do a blog about beforehand.
It also helps if it's something that you're passionate about. Like if you combine a passion of yours with your favorite pony and it somehow works, then you're going to enjoy drawing it because you're going to be drawing that character for the remainder of the draw blog, and some of these things go on for many years.
Also, if you're doing a character that doesn't really have any like background to it, like a background pony, like I know Ahmed's does Raindrops as background pony, and when I did Spitfire, she was only in like 1 episode, so we kind of both had to like develop our characters. So like even if there isn't like a set thing to do, like you do have to think about it and make that character. It can't just be a thing. So you do have to think it over, even if there's no set personality or setting.
A lot of planning goes a long way before you start an Ask blog. That's basically it. There's various types of ponies you can pick for your Ask blog. You can take a canon character and portray them as your Ask blog, and just basically what Rainbow Dash would do with the questions that you send in, and so it's just basically portraying a canon character. Some of the examples we have of that, Ask the Main Six, that's a good one.
What else is canon?
Disorderly Conduct, that's a great one.
Is Sunny here?
Sunshine.
No?
Yeah, it's going to conduct.
Okay.
Woo!
So one type is you take a canon character and basically portray them and their personality for your blog. You can also, you're not limited to characters from Friendship is Magic as well. You can also do previous generations. A couple examples are Original Twilight, run by Dream up here. You get Ask Surprise, that's another big one.
Hi, Zach.
right
Hi,
down
Zach.
there.
Hey, Zach. Hey, hi, Zach. Hi, Zach.
Yeah, what do you think, Will?
Zach,
Stand up,
I just
Will,
want to
stand
say
up.
I don't like your blog at all. But you already knew that. That's my man right there.
So you can take a previous generation character and make them an ass blog as well. Hi, Will. What are you doing?
Whoa, slow down there, mister. Whoa, slow down.
You can just stay right over there. As far away from me as... Well, okay, I guess you're part of the panel now.
Here comes a new challenger.
Will has butted himself into the
challenge.
panel. What a surprise.
It's King DDD. Luigi.
Hi.
Hi there.
Moving on, you can also add a peculiar quirk to a character from the show or a previous generation character as well. One example of a quirk, PD here. Another, what?
Hot-blooded Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, hot-blooded Pinkie Pie.
You know, funny story. It was about to be Rainbow Dash, but her hair is really hard to color, so I just
No,
made
it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, that was the whole reason. I was the night before. I was like, I'll do Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie. Rainbow Dash takes way too long to color. Pinkie Pie.
Go and make the blog right now. Go.
Go
So
ahead.
you can add a quirk. Some other examples. Evil Genius Twilight. That's another example of one. Lion Applejack, the one we mentioned earlier. Yeah, some of the various quirks just give them an alternate personality, Discord them. Haven't seen really too many crystallized ponies yet.
Oh, Crystal Pony.
Probably because they're so hard to draw.
So, there's also different ways you can draw them too. If you want to make the pony a filly, you can do that as well. Dreams Filly Twy is an example of that.
Yeah. Younger.
Good idea. Everyone should do it right now. Really big and surprise, yeah.
You can also make them humanized. One of the more popular ones that I can think
Ask
of.
Human Luna.
Ask Human Luna. Ask Human Luna. R79, Is he even here?
You can also do gender swapped ones. The one I can think of most prominently is Rainbow Blitz. No, they don't update that much anymore.
There's also Ask Bubbleberry.
Huh? Flutter Guy, that.
Flutter guy.
He's gonna hurt me for missing him. He is?
I think he's like in Brazil or something at the moment, isn't he?
No, he's in Colorado.
He's in Colorado.
Close enough.
Next, we're gonna teach Fisher geography. If you want to go in that direction as well, you can also go grimdark with your pony. One of the most famous examples was one of the most early ones, Pinkamena, the Crooked Trees version of it. You can also do grimdark cute. One of the most examples of that, prominent examples of that is Question Pinkamena. I don't know if you've seen that one.
There's also Ask MOC Blobs. So.
Yeah.
Really grim.
That's like
And Grimdark Big Mac.
Don't want to get near that one.
Had to unfollow it.
Another example, you can do the adventure type blogs as well. Most famous one that everyone's probably seen is Woona Stuck by Ego.
I was about to say that, Terry. Yeah, Adventurous Scootaloo as well.
And if you want to do a blog about your OC, don't be afraid to do that too. Running a blog about your OC can be a great way to help develop your character's personality, draw them more, help define them more. Some of those prominent examples, we can think of that. Rulo down there. We mentioned Frigid earlier. Another one, Palette Swap. I've seen that one. She's in the hall, vendor hall.
Ask surprise.
Raindrops answers.
Maybe this raindrops because of the bread. You know what? I'll shut up.
Little bread.
It's the yeast you can do.
Cut that out right now. See, look, it's not even talking.
Yes, it is. See? Yes, it is. I'm talking about hates me. It's on. See?
Is it testing? 1, 2, 3.
Yes. So those are some of the various pony types you can do for your Ask blog. I can't think of any other examples.
Of what?
Just any various type of ponies you can do for an Ask blog.
There's one called Axe Brutaloo is a really good one. If anyone's seen it,
Brutaloo's awesome.
Axe Brutaloo out there. But it's a great run, anyways. I'm just bringing it up.
You can also do crossovers from other materials, whether it's ponifying characters from other fandoms, or using it as like a different, something to change a character from MLP with. Yeah, those are collaborations as well.
Yeah. Collab blogs will come in due time, like the Dash Pad or the Coop or the Twyberry. Those will come in due time, but so. So next we want to talk about creating your pony's personality and how to develop them, how to establish how they act, talk, feel, anything like that. The main point we're talking about is, I think it's under this slide for some reason, interacting with other Tumblrs with causing as little drama as possible. I'll say it's now you will not avoid drama if you're on Tumblr, but there are ways you can minimize the impact of it.
Spaghetti on the table. Go talk to your followers.
Yeah. So what are some examples you guys can think of?
I think one of the things is if somebody, like if you go up to someone, you're like, hey, I want to either like collaborate with you, or would you be okay with having my character in your blog, and they refuse it? Like if they're like, no, I don't want to do that, you can't really take it personally because it is their blog, and it's like if they're like, oh, I'll draw my OC in your update, and you're like, no, you can't like attack them for that because that would be ridiculous.
Another important thing is that if drama does strike because you shared an opinion on your mod blog or something like that, leave it on the mod blog.
Oh yeah, don't cross over personal problems with your professional thing.
Unless if it's like a donation drive because of diabetes or something, that's fine. But like,
And know when to
fights
cross
with-
over.
Yeah, know when to share it on the draw blog.
The most important thing to remember is people come to your draw blog to see your character, not your personal life. They want to see what Pirate Dash does. They won't want to see me yell about the Cardinals game for 3 hours. So you have to keep them separate. That's one good way, so you don't mix the personalities together.
Another good way to do that is to install like updates only tag on your blog and put a button to it or something like that. Or to like see the updates in chronological order if you're a story type blog.
So another good way to help develop your character's personality is go ahead and just ask other blogs. Don't be afraid to ask other blogs questions as your character. And what are some good ways you guys can think of asking questions? What are some things people should know? Yeah, let me say for the record, we know the tricks you guys do to try to get us to draw your OCs.
I bet my OC Acid Spike could beat Hot Blooded Pinkie Pie in a fight with Shadow the Hedgehog. Please draw it. I'm not gonna draw it ever. Don't ask the question.
Oh no, I
I
turned
will not
into a
draw
chubby.
$2,000.
No.
I have stolen your bread.
Can I join the Wonderbolts?
I will draw Luigi.
Yeah. Hugs.
Hugs, please. Hugs.
Gives you banana.
XD.
If you want to ask another blog a question, the best thing to do is read through the history of the blog. Find out what those characters are like. Find out how they interact. Actually know what has happened in the blog before. Because I've posted, I don't know how many updates on how her eye is. Her eye is fine. She just wears the eye patch. But I still get the questions as to what happened to your eye. I'm not going to answer that question anymore. It's been answered. So if you want to get your question answered by another blog, the best way to go about it is to research the blog, find out what's happened, and if there's a current story or a current arc going with that blog, find out what's going on and find a way to contribute to that. Like, say, Spitfire broke her wing again.
Yeah, I did a short story arc that was supposed to be long, but I quit because I had to do personal things. But in the beginning, I started it out with how she crashed and she got injured, and I explained, I did the update about the crash, and then every time I would make an update where she was had her wing in a brace or had her eye covered up, people would be like, "Oh, how'd that happen?" I'm like, "It's literally one update away. You can go find it."
One thing that I know that I haven't seen anyone do, but I think would be helpful, because when we were talking about the panel, a lot of the panelists here were saying what they were just saying about how don't ask questions that have already been answered. But if there's 20 pages to your blog, it would be a lot easier if there was a page that had a list of answered questions and links to the posts. It'd be a bit of a pain to set up, but it would probably save a lot of trouble.
Yes, do that. I have one. It took about 4 hours, but it works. It works amazing.
And don't you have yours has question specific?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What do you think, Will?
Yes, Zach. How you doing down there at the end of the table?
You're never gonna live it down, I'm afraid.
No.
Doing down in Southland over there.
Now, another thing about questions, if you have something going on with your blog, like you have a current arc, or if there's something that you wanted to get out there, don't be afraid to ask yourself a question anonymously as well, if you need to advance your blog in some way, shape, or form.
There is no shame in doing that.
I've done it 3 times.
No,
you can just
that's
leave
another
it.
thing.
You can just get out of the panel right now.
Don't God mod when you send in questions.
Antidote for your filliness.
Oh yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, like for Dream's blog, for example. She's a Philly for a reason. She's not going to end it just because you have the magical cure or something like that. Let the blog play out. So, another topic we want to talk about is you have to know what your audience is going to expect when you run your blog. Don't break character too much with it.
I also think if you're doing a blog that is has a sort of set way of it to how it's done, if you're doing a really, really cutesy blog and all of a sudden you throw out some extremo gore thing, people are gonna be like, "Whoa, this is not what I followed for," and then they're gonna
MLC
leave.
blog triple X gore everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you need to know what people are looking for and not break it. And if you are gonna break it, give forewarning and tag everything and all that.
Yeah, it's the same with porn stuff. Don't do that. Don't be like, "Oh, I'm safe for work," and then 2 months later you're like, "Oh, never mind," and you post a bunch of.
Yeah.
Like
Don't do
Mangoes
that.
did.
Don't do the thing. Oh, mangoes.
Or if you do, give fair warning about it.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, Mangoes, hello.
Yeah, hi everybody on the stream, by the way.
Hi, stream.
Another point about that, we kind of mentioned it already. Limit out of character post. If you're trying to advertise commissions or something, or you got screwed over at your job, or some evil dictator fired you because you were just doing your job, and
Hi, Zach. How you doing down there, buddy?
it's okay to make a post like that, but don't come to the blog or the main blog of your character and post "I'm bored, I need ideas, don't do that." So just keep it in character. Try to limit how many out-of-character posts that you actually have on your blog.
Yeah, if you're bored and you are uninspired by your blog, you can make an update in character about how you're bored and uninspired by your blog. Because I did that recently and I got like 50 questions that were all actually really well put. So it works. Just put it in character.
If you have something that's out of character, send it to your mod blog, pretty much. So, next we want to talk about etiquette on Tumblr. This is a valuable topic, more than you'd think, because there's a lot of drama, and a lot of drama can be avoided if you follow some of these tips. First one, not so much. Tagging, that's a good thing to do.
Tagging's more helpful to allow post hunters like me to find your blog and promo it and reblog it so that others can see it. And it also helps for like not safe for work things. You can tag them so that if someone can Tumblr save you and you don't have to see it.
Well, now they have it flagged so that if your blog is not safe for work, then people who are not interested in seeing not safe for work can just bypass it completely.
Yep.
If you're actually hunting for tags, the first 5 tags will actually show up in the tag list. Otherwise, it's just for your blog purposes, because they won't actually show up in the
Right. So basically, tag everything, and tagging helps you get seen too. Because for me, I'll tag whatever post I make as like Pirate Dash and some of the characters. Even sometimes I'll tag it as Rainbow Dash as well. So if someone's searching the Rainbow Dash tag, it'll pop up there, and that's a good way to advertise yourself as well. To transition to that, promoting your blog as well. Tagging is a good way to promote your blog. Asking questions of other blogs is a good way to get your name out there. Sometimes I'll get a question from a blog and I'll see like the icon and I think it looks interesting, so I'll click on the link and I find that the blog, the style looks good, I like the character, I like the writing, so I'll just click the follow button. Asking questions in that sense is a good way to get your name out there. If you're sitting on the sidelines, no one's really going to notice you. No one's going to find your post, no one's going to see what you're up to or anything like that. If you're involved, more people are going to have a chance to see you.
But TJ. What? TJ. What if a person doesn't know what to ask? Like, I pretty much suck with questions. Like, the one question I sent, I think, to a couple people was, so, how's the weather? Or, how do you like your taco?
The weather question
Spicy.
is something I should send, not you. I'm just saying.
Is this salsa? Yo, Halo es panel.
I think if you avoid questions that are looking like you're trying to get your character drawn or something like that. Sometimes general questions can be good. They can help inspire someone to make a new post. Like Amanda said, she said that she just posted that her character is bored and she got 50 questions out of that.
Yeah, I got a really, really, really weird question that had something to do with like this person was trying to like, I think it was in character though, but they were like, why do you hate this kind of pony so much? I saw you posting so much on Twitter about it. And I'm like, I don't have a Twitter for this character. What are you talking about? Can't you come up with something better?
So yeah, asking other Tumblrs is a good way to promote yourself.
Going to streams.
Going to streams is another good way. Good example. Just people are very interactive in streams as long as you behave yourself in streams,
Yeah.
right?
Follow my blog. Follow my blog. Draw my OC.
No, I didn't really talk to anybody. I just kind of started out of nowhere and it worked out for me. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
If you also post your art in other places too, like DeviantArt or Derpy Buru sometimes, people will notice it there. They'll see the link, they'll like your stuff, and they'll go to your blog from there. This is probably the most important part of this topic. We've called it, don't be a wiener.
Oh, that was probably my note.
The most important thing that you have to know, no one is obligated to draw anything for you. I don't mean to sound harsh about it, but it's true. No one is obligated to draw anything for you.
And We're not obligated to update every single day or every single week. It's for fun.
Yeah,
That's what we say.
I definitely think that if you are doing a blog and people are pressuring you to update and you don't, like, if personal things come up, that's totally fine. You could take a break, like, but people don't really understand that. Like, sometimes I won't update for like a month and people are like, "Are you dead?" I'm like, "No, I'm just really busy. You need to calm down." Like, you can't feel bad about having to take breaks because we're just people and these are what we do for fun. So you can't just push us to work for it.
And sometimes that can have the opposite effect. Like you're pushing someone to make an update, and that just pushes them further away from motivating to update their blog.
I've seen more than a few blogs die because of anons being butts asking for updates.
Yeah, it pretty much makes the opposite effect. The more you bug someone to update and you're like, "Why aren't you updating? Are you dead? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" It's just going to make them just kill their blog. That's not going to motivate them to keep going.
What do you think? Yeah, Zach, you know, I've updated twice for you in the past month.
Well, this convention happened, and I had to get ready for it. So
Same
surprise is making
same
up my
here, same
prints.
here.
She's very busy.
I understand.
So the moral of the story: do not be a butt on Tumblr. Yes.
Another point in that regard, you should not feel entitled. Don't be entitled. No one has to follow you, really. Everyone is free to follow whatever blog they like based on their taste. No one has to follow you back. I would love it if certain blogs would follow me, but I'm not going to cry myself to sleep every night if they don't follow me.
I definitely think that people also need to not be afraid of turning off anonymous if things do get a little messed up, because like people can be really, really vicious and it hurts sometimes. Like people will make comments and you're like, "Wow, I am actually upset and I'm gonna go cry for the next 24 hours." But you have to just be like, "Okay, it doesn't matter. They're just anonymous. I'm gonna turn it off and just completely ignore the situation." And that's the best way to handle it.
Yeah, and don't feel bad about it. If you're a sensitive person, you're a sensitive person. I am. So don't feel bad about turning off Anon because you're not being a baby about it. You have every right to turn Anon off if you want to.
Don't like spare your feelings like for other people. Just like do what's right for you. If you're upset with anonymous, just turn it off. It doesn't matter.
On that note, though, it is generally a good idea to keep them on because there's a lot of people who don't have Tumblr accounts and also people who are too shy to ask with their blog. It brings more questions in, but it also brings the added risk of wienery.
Double-edged sword in a way. One of the biggest things that people seem to complain about sometimes on Tumblr as well is follower reaction pics and who people draw for. It's okay to draw for your friends, no matter how popular they are. You can draw for whatever you want. You can draw whoever you want. It's your blog. It's your art. You should not feel bad for wanting to draw your friend something to give them a little thanks or to try to cheer them up or anything like that. So if a follower pick happens and your character's not in it, don't do what Dream does and cry about it.
Actually, I recently made a Philly Firefly blog, and I was in a call with Dream actually, and I was like, "I want to do stuff with Dream. I'm gonna make this blog. Follow me so I can react to it." That was literally why I made the blog.
Wow.
As TJ said earlier, though, people are there to see your character, so don't overdo the follower reaction pics.
Like if a big name follows you, that's fine, but it's like don't do it too much, and if you're not in it, it's not the end of the world.
I know a lot of people get really excited when big names follow them, and it's totally fun to do follower reactions. I mean, I've done that before. Like there was a few blogs that I'm like, "Whoa, this is really awesome. I need to react to this right now," and I did. So whatever, you know, you can do it. It's not a bad thing. It's fun to be excited, but you know.
What makes somebody a big name?
I don't know.
Oh, not necessarily a big name, but somebody you really admire for
Yeah.
sure.
3 or
Like
more
if
syllables.
there's
Like that big bug over there.
if there's an artist that you like have followed for a while and you're like, "Wow, I really love this art so much," and you finally see that they follow you back, it's exciting. Why not show your appreciation?
Just like that big lug sitting over there.
Yeah. We kind of touched on this topic already with the anonymous questions and such, but there are ways to handle hate that you get to your blog. Like Amanda and Rye said, turn off anonymous questions if it's coming from that direction. If it's getting to be too much, take a break from it. There's nothing wrong with taking a hiatus from your blog if you feel like you need time away from it.
Yeah, I think there's also sometimes people post mod pictures to their draw blogs like occasionally, and people can be really vicious about that actually. Like even if it's like you post like one mod picture like the entire blog, and people will freak out about it. Like I remember I did it once and I got so much hate. It was just like a normal picture of me, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, you're trying to be an attention whore," and stuff like that. And I'm just like, "Okay, bye."
And sometimes people will hate you for no reason. I hate to point you out for this, but Rye's one of the biggest examples of that. There was a comic she did of a little chibi drawing of her trying to encourage people, to motivate people, to just basically give positive messages to everybody. And there was just as much hate for it as there was support. That's not fair. That's not right to Rye or to anybody else.
But it will still happen.
Yeah, I think that you have to know that that kind of stuff does happen, and you have to know that it doesn't mean anything. Like, people on the internet are awful, so you just have to know.
Especially on
No, I'm
Tumblr.
serious. Most of the internet is filled with terrible people, and you can't expect anybody to treat you like kindly. You can just do it to other people and hope it reciprocates.
So,
Most of us are terrible. Come join us.
so I think on that note, yeah, go ahead.
It may be true that some people, well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Just try not to be such a big wiener about it. That's very much it.
So I think on that note, Zeta, I think we're ready to take some questions from the audience. I think Zeta's going to go around, hold your hand up, and we will go from there.
Actually, since there's a lot of people, start making a line over here along the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Get him, get him, get him.
Make her first.
She was first, so.
Ask the things, please.
I see something there for schedule.
I'm dirty dirt.
I swear to God.
Okay, I should note this is a safe for work panel. Keep that in mind when you ask questions.
Dang, TJ, you gotta ruin my fun. I want to talk about my things.
So don't talk about butts.
Hope it's okay.
No butts panel.
Take it's mine now.
Okay, so let's start.
All right. Question number 1.
All right.
So my question is, if there was one thing you could have told yourself, like, before you started your blog, what would that thing be?
Learn more about pirates.
Don't draw backgrounds. It takes so long.
How to learn backgrounds and use less shiny.
Who draws backgrounds? Who does that?
Actually draw.
Hey, younger me, there's a thing called tags. Learn about them.
Expect the unexpected.
Am I supposed to answer this?
Thank you. I did have the mic in my hand.
Well, then say something.
Relax, young man.
You can shout, Rulo, I heard.
Okay, well, for me, I wish I actually thought better of my pony because I got her colors from a shower curtain. So I wish I thought that a little through.
My inspiration for my OC was a shower curtain. A shower curtain. And tape eyebrows to it. Tape eyebrows to your shower
Jesus.
curtain. To your OC.
Hi.
Hi.
My question's for Rulo. Why are you so kawaii?
Go, twerk. Twerk. Oh, it's on. It's on. Oh, yeah.
That just happens.
I should forewarn the people not on Tumblr, there may be quite a few inside jokes here, so.
Pretty much.
I was going to ask, as someone who's a fairly decent writer but cannot draw to save his life, What opportunities exist for collaborations between writers and artists?
Excellent
there's
question.
definitely some people will do like collab artists. I know Desi draws, I think, for Warden. He does all the art for her blog or his blog, and like you can commission people to draw stuff. Or if you have a friend who's an artist, you might want to talk to them and see if they're like give them your story, see if they're interested in it, and see if they'd like to be a part of it. Like definitely like check out Artist Friends or see if there's anybody who's willing to commission them into doing that.
You're welcome.
You didn't answer anything.
If you'd ever considered changing your art style, how would you have changed it?
Better.
No colored outlines.
Change my
They are
art style like
pain.
every once in a while.
I wish I had an art style.
Every update, I change my art style.
My style is never the same. It's always different.
I know with mine, I started out show style pwn, but then I kind of progressed to semi-realistic. So they kind of look kind of funky, but I like the funky. So
Starting tomorrow, surprise is going to be Baby with Finger Paints.
Oh my god.
I would keep it exactly the same because it's really good how it is.
Of course you would.
But how can you improve?
I will improve my own way.
Okay, also, I think I would find a way to shorthand my style because I have a really kind of detailed, intricate, like, digital painting kind of style, and it's very, very time consuming. So if I spend, like, hours and hours on one panel, it's exhausting. So I definitely shorthand things, so that's what I would work on.
I would do hyper realistic. They would look like hamsters, very like wrinkly hamsters. Yes.
She draws very tiny noses on them. You just gotta zoom in extra hard. The nose. It's on every chubby, you just gotta find it.
All right, what do you want, Zedrin?
All right, here.
Hello, Zedrin.
Okay, how many times have you guys gotten magical anons, and what do you guys think of them?
Many times.
What was
Okay, for those that don't know, the magical anon is an anon that will come to your inbox and say, poof, you're gender bent for the next 5 posts.
A lot. About 50 in a day.
They can be
Oh
fun
no, you're an
occasionally.
adult for like the next 5 posts. Go.
Yeah.
The next 5 years. For the next 5 years. You're an adult.
I think
It's
they
not even
offer. I think they
adult
offer a good opportunity if you want to like change your character, just experiment, try something new for a little while.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
not really
They can
looked
get excessive.
upon. Yeah, that can get excessive.
I've had
Yeah.
people go, poof, now you're just ponies. No.
No.
What a concept.
That is so boring, though.
All right, hello.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Hi, man.
I'm starting an Ask blog with a friend of mine, and she's a really talented artist, but she wants me to write for it. It's called Cotton and Candy's Pony Play Emporium. Now the thing is, it's supposed to be a pun. It's supposed to be an adult toy shop in Ponyville, but it's not supposed to be cloppy. It's supposed to be funny. How can we keep things SFW so that everyone can enjoy this for the lulz?
I don't know if there is a way to make that safe for work.
Censor
John Jose.
everything.
Hold on, wait.
John Oseco knows all.
I think the best example of that is the blog Ask Velvet. It's kind of the same concept, actually.
But it is, I'd still consider that a not safe for work blog.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Or you do.
Implied.
Yeah.
Or censor everything with photos of Nick Cage's face.
Wait, what?
Just don't be like you see.
Yeah, I'd say check that blog out. So, thank you.
Jesus, I found you.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, I have no idea how to like run a Tumblr blog or how to like draw things digitally. I'm just starting to get back into drawing things regularly. What would your thoughts be on like me trying to start a Tumblr blog that like ask the community how to draw digitally, how to run a Tumblr blog, and letting that be part of the experience, like a sort of progression, like how I my art style improves, and the community suggesting what programs to use, drawing techniques, that sort of thing.
Zedrin's got a big collection of useful tutorials on his blog. He used to have it, right, Zed? I'm not talking about out-of-date things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff that'll be really useful for you.
You can find a lot of tutorials anywhere in the fandom. So I think EQD's starting a collection of them. So I'll have a lot of great tips.
And use references. That's one thing that whenever I see people talk about art tips, that's the first thing they say, use references. I'm not an artist, so I'll let them explain what references are.
Try to study anatomy too. That's very important.
Oh yeah.
Don't rip off other people's art styles.
Right.
What?
No tracing. No tracing.
Tracing's bad.
Tracing is a no-no.
Tracing or recoloring? No.
I did a post recently about tracing versus referencing. So yeah.
So.
No more.
Thank you.
She's a demon. She'll eat your face. I've seen
Reload.
it happen.
Can I have some of your Kawaii McNuggies? You're a dead man. Better run.
Get out of here.
I think the answer is 6.
You're not helping.
Also, where do I shamelessly promote my blog?
You don't.
Tumblr.
Fisher.
Submit your blog to me, friend. Let's make this happen.
Oh, actually, another good one for that is if you have friends who are already in the community, see if they'll like put you in an update and be like, "Yo, look at this," and then in the description be like, "Hey, I featured this blog in here." So there you go.
Oh, me and Rye have this promotion blog that we don't update.
Yeah.
That we're going to start doing soon. So keep that in mind. You can send your ass blog to us and we'll promote you guys.
Yeah, we're starting it up again after BronyCon. So.
Yeah.
It'll be advertised on the Chubbies and my mod blog, so you'll
Me
see
too.
it.
Cool.
Promote me.
That's Billy Twilight. Follow.
Yes.
Right.
Don't follow
Right,
Hot
right
Butter
then.
Pinkie Pie. Unfollow.
Dang.
Unfollow Hot Butter.
Right.
Sorry. Go ahead.
For my question, it's about, well, it's like the one a couple questions ago. It's how to make this idea work sort of one. I'm planning one, I guess, for well, I have 2 at the moment. One I'm thinking of like an institution, only make it find like have all these problem kids in one area and have them like, you know, like Barry Punches a drunk or Twilight's OCD-ness and just have them go through you know, that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is like a circus with Trixie as the ringmaster, and just like have them some of the characters as sideshows, like sideshow freaks and stuff.
I like that idea. I like the circus idea. That sounds actually really fun.
Sideshow twist.
So how would I mean? I already have a good amount of ideas. I have some of it drawn for, you know, like a 2-headed sister, or say. I like a crazy, let's see, I have like a multi-legged character, all sorts of
what's your question
unusual
again?
things.
What's your question?
Well, you're gonna have,
Yeah, what's the question? What's the question in that?
How, you know, like, how do I make it work? I mean, I already
How
have
do
a
you
little
make
of
it
a
work?
start.
To make it work, you have to just draw as much as you can until you start figuring out how to make it
Yeah,
a
definitely
very
work-
good
Yeah.
blog.
Work on your
just keep working
concepts,
at it.
solidify it.
There's no formula. You just gotta go for it.
You
Get the concept down, get the story planned out, get the characters established, get everything in your head on paper on how they're supposed to act, how they're supposed to behave. Just
Got
have
that.
everything prepared and ready to go.
Yeah,
that way when you start, you can start with a bang, because when people find you, they're gonna ask you a lot of questions, and if you can just roll out updates like bam, 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 without having to think about it, then you'll get a lot more traffic flowing.
All right then. And also, what did you say about the
I
concept?
was saying work on your concepts and make sure they're really solidified and like rock solid, so you know, yeah, like he said, if when someone asks you a question, you don't have to be like, wait, I actually have no idea. You should know your characters very well.
Oh, don't worry. Harpy Scootaloo, I think, will be a favorite.
There's a roleplay blog around, I think it's called, like, it's a really old one called Ask Lyra, I think it was, and that's an exceptionally well done one, because from what I understand, that person's like written like books of character's backstory, character's personality. It's probably one of the best roleplay blogs that I know of.
All right, thank you.
Oh, and also, you said Cheka Zedrin?
It says there.
How do you spell that?
Zedrin.
Zedrin?
Zedrin.
Zedrin.
Hyphen.
All right.
Storm Shock.
Hyphen. Storm. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Looks like Zedrin just got a signal boost.
All right, we don't have too much time left, so we got to tighten the questions up. So, and we still got a lot of people to go.
So, what's like the best way to like have a canon character and then like keep it canon for a little bit and then kind of like introduce a quirk, like that was planned all along, but like introduce a quirk kind of like a little bit later?
I think if you were gonna go for a quirk, it'd be better to start off with it.
Yeah.
Unless, I don't know, like, I feel if you went through a story that ended up at that quirk, if it was really, really well done, yeah, but it'd be pretty hard to do, I think.
Personally, I'd recommend starting off with the quirk and using the story of how they got the quirk so that you could use it for flashbacks.
Yeah, that'd be a better idea.
All right, thank you. Yes, Adam.
Yes. Serious question, actually, tying in with the whole having a recently asked questions. In fact, a while back we had the Tumblrpon wiki.
Oh yeah.
Is it still used? Is it still a thing in general?
Apparently so.
Not really.
There's a thing I've been working on. It's really slow progress, but I've been sort of building a Tumblrpon wiki 2.0. There's a programmer friend of mine who I've been working on it with him, but he's got a lot of other jobs too, so it's been very slow, but hopefully I can get it done soon.
Thanks, man.
All right, it seems like Tumblr posts or Ask blogs are a very time-consuming thing. How do you balance out your daily life and your Tumblr life?
I got fired, so.
You have to know how much time you have. If you don't have free time, then maybe it's not the best idea to do it. But if you like say you have a free day on Sunday, you can be like, okay, well I'll work on it on Sunday, and the rest of the time just don't worry about it. Just make sure you know what time you do want to devote to it.
The main thing to remember, Tumblr and Tumblrpon is a hobby.
Oh yeah.
Not a life. Keep it a hobby, and you'll keep it fun.
When you turn it into work, it just becomes work. That's no fun.
Yes.
I used to run an RP blog. I started it 2 years ago, and slowly over time, I stopped getting asks, and it started turning more and more into a mod blog. So, what would be your advice? Should I just start over if I want to start getting asks, or?
This is the Ask blog mod blog entropy theorem. It's that every Ask blog will inevitably turn into a mod blog unless carefully watched before. It happens to everybody, and if you go to, yeah, you over there, you in the hat.
You in the hat.
Sally. If you go too far into the mod blog, you really can't pull back out. You just gotta start over. Because no one's gonna really remember how your blog used to be if it's been that way, a mod blog for too long. So you just gotta retry, and keep the mod blog urges under control the next time.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, make sure you separate your mod.
Yeah,
Like
two
have
blogs
a
is
separate blog for your mod blog stuff and separate them.
I was just wondering, what are your tips for like the actual theme and how to set it up so people don't just look at it and say this is garbage, I'm not going to follow it?
Do you mean like how the blog looks visually, or something different?
Just how it looks visually, like how to set up the pages and like which things.
No auto players.
Don't do autoplay.
Yeah.
Don't do autoplay.
Never do auto players.
No.
Usually when you set it up, Tumblr usually has like themes and guides that you can just click through and you can find out which one suits yours best. It helps to know programming a lot too, if you want to fine tune it as well.
Just a little visual tip. Make sure your banner isn't too big. Like I see way too many blogs with like a huge banner that takes forever to load, and then you got to scroll down to the stuff. Thin banner, think like a webcomic, so you can see the stuff right there under it.
Right.
You better
Minimal
not.
is good.
Raindrops is a really good banner size on it.
My banner is cool too.
Well,
don't
to
even
be
have a
fair,
banner.
I wasn't the one who made the banner. It was my friend Dash,
wrote on my
who I really hope he's watching right now. So.
Hi, Dash.
Hi, Dash.
Big brother, best friend forever.
Yes.
Hey guys, Ben64 here. How are you going?
Hello.
Hi. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, my question is, I know they have on Tumblr a kind of like a mod blog and a sub blog you can do. How do you manage? Can you suggest that?
I don't do that because I want to keep my followers separate between both of them. So I don't do that. But I think Zach Morris does it, right?
Yeah, Surprise is a blog under my main blog, so it can't ask questions, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
You can
If you want to ask questions as your character, make it your main blog. If you don't care, then do whatever.
Thanks, guys.
It's good to have them separate, I think, because then you
Yeah.
can follow people and interact more like thoroughly with that.
And for some of us that follow like 2,000 blogs, maybe.
What are you looking at?
You.
Oh.
You can separate Ask blogs on your Ask account and mod blogs and other blogs in the mod account, so you can keep them kind of separate and more organized.
Also on subblogs, you can co-own blogs. Like I have my Ask blog for Spitfire and my personal blog, and both of them are moderators of my art blog, which is just where all my art goes together to keep it organized.
Thank you.
No problem, buddy.
If you're going for a multiple character blog, like for example, Berry Sweet and Friends, what tips would you have on character interaction?
Fisher.
Don't have like way too many characters because your audience needs to keep track of each character and be invested in the characters. If you do 20 characters in a blog, you're not going to be devoting your entire power to each character's backstory, and also there's just going to be way too many ponies for your audience to remember.
Plus, I think if you have like 2 or 3 really strong characters, it's gonna translate better than if you have 10 that aren't as well developed.
Ask the flower trio.
Yeah, ask the flower trio.
I missed that one. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna take 2 more questions and then we have to get going.
Oh.
I'm sorry, guys.
A few more.
Sadly, some of us still need to make money.
Feel free to ask us in private after though.
Oh yeah.
If you run into us.
Most of us have tables, and you can come up to us individually. And
Yeah,
ask.
come to table 601.
No.
Wink.
213.
Boo.
Which means 617.
Yes.
Go to 702.
Hello,
I've never
I am
702?
Krager. I've actually
Yes. Start over.
donated to a lot of you for like drawings and stuff, Fisher especially. But I just had a quick question about like OC. If you had just a strict OC blog for those who already don't have one, what would you do?
I have a ghost pony. She was like a little OC that I have, and she's actually a ghost, so she kind of wanders around and haunts and stuff, and she's just cute and does ghostly things.
Spoilers.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Spoiler alert. It's a horse.
Sally, my brother.
My father.
All right. While I was still running Ask Game Luna, why haven't you guys drawn Game Luna yet?
I was too busy drawing Luigi.
It's his year.
Take one more.
She's a
One
bad
more. That was-
OC.
one more.
That was a bad question.
That was a bug.
That was
Yeah.
a bad question.
Let's end on a serious
sit
one.
down,
Disappointed
Dad.
in you, brother.
Hello.
Hey guys, as an art blog, I know that sometimes you just don't feel like updating. You don't feel like drawing or doing anything because you're busy or whatnot.
That's me.
Right.
But what do you do when you have to deal with art block?
I like experimenting. If I have a really bad art block, I'll be like, I'm gonna go draw some weird, like when I was like, had a little break, I drew like GLaDOS from Portal in the style of the game Limbo. And that was really fun to like get the creative juices flowing, you know? And if you just experiment, like say you've never tried painting before, like, you know, mix it up a little bit, challenge yourself, and do stuff you wouldn't ordinarily do to see if it brings you back to where you were.
You can also do like 5-minute sketches every day. Like every morning, once you're ready to start drawing, you can do 5-minute sketches. Like time yourself and don't really put like like a lot of effort, but just try to get the creative juices flowing and everything. And I try to do that.
The
every
juices
day.
are flowing.
The juices.
Juices. The juice is loose.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
One more thing, if I could add.
Yeah, go ahead.
Try not to be me, which what I do is just whine and complain about having an art block like for 2 or 3 weeks and then finally get back to art. That's not good. I wouldn't
You
recommend
straw
that.
bread afterwards. Straw bread.
Oh, I kind of have a comment too. If you're an artist who does commissions, if you have art block, it doesn't matter because you have to push through it and do it anyway because it's
Yes.
your work. So if you are doing commissions and you have art block, you have to give the people who you're working on the same quality you would if you don't have art block. It's just what you have to do. Yeah, the show must go on.
Pretty much. So, all right.
Ne-
Thanks for
never
the question,
give up.
guys.
Never give
whoa,
up.
whoa, whoa. I wanted to end on this final thought here.
20% cool.
Get out.
20% cool. Let's make it rain.
Drama happens in online communities sometimes. There's good and bad to online communities. It happens everywhere.
A lot of bad.
You have people that try to destroy it, but you also have some people that are really kind. They're really fun.
Like me.
Being on Tumblr, I have met some of the greatest people that I have ever known. I consider Tumblr a second family to me. If you come into the community, you will find great people. You will find great artists.
You may
You will
even
find
find love.
talented people. This is a great community. It is fun to join in. Tumblrpon is amazing, and if you join, you will have the time of your life. So I want to thank everybody for coming today. I want to thank all my panelists.
You're Luigi.
I'm
the man. Luigi 2013.
So we hope you learned something. We hope to see you on Tumblr, and come see us at our tables.
Everyone draw Luigi.